Hello friends and welcome to another video on TutorialsPoint with me Richa. Today in this particular module we will talk about positive body language. Well, body language is a great science, and if it's something that will help you to understand the other person by the actions of that person, how that person is behaving, we come to know only through non-verbal or body language. Let us see what's there on the agenda today. We will talk about what is the definition of body language. We will also talk about the different types of body language like postures, gestures, facial expressions. We will also talk about proxemics as well as eye contact. Effective use of body language, how to use the body language for your own advantage or disadvantage. We will talk about certain do's and don'ts of body language, as well as we will give you certain examples, tips and tricks in order to make your body language better. Well, what exactly is the definition of a positive body language or a body language? Well, body language is the unspoken form of communication that we use in each and every of our interaction with people. It tells us exactly what the other person is thinking by analyzing the movement of his or her hands, the way he or she talks, and everything else. Well, it is such a beautiful study because you can actually come to know a lot about the other person just by mere observing them. Well, there are different types of body languages, and here is where they are. Body language is just not about how you look or dress. It is also about everything that we do not say. Our body postures, our hand movements, our gestures and eye contact all show exactly what you are not saying. It can be or not be in accordance with your actions as well as your words. Well, not always will your body language or actions match to the words that you're saying. At times, the person who's saying something might have a discrepancy with their body language. The action may not match the words. Hence, it is always good to observe the other person, what he or she is doing or not doing, purely by observing their body language. Well, facial expressions, they say that the face is the mirror to the soul, and whatever you feel inside, your emotions come through your face, through the facial expressions. You may feel anger, disgust, rage, happiness or sadness, loneliness, depression. All of these different facial expressions can be seen on the face. Well, facial expressions talk about what's going on in your mind. It shows about your emotional attitude. They should be in sync with your words and your actions. If somebody asks you, how are you? And you are very sad while saying, oh, I'm very fine, thank you. But your facial expression is not matching to the words that you said, that you're fine. Well, that shows to the other person that you're actually not fine, but you're pretending to be fine, but they can come to know by watching your facial expression that you are indeed sad at that point of time. Well, eye contact really says a lot about the other person. If you maintain an eye contact of more than 3 seconds with a person, it is termed as staring at that other person. And it can get people very uncomfortable, especially if they are of the opposite gender. Hence, it becomes important to maintain eye contact of 2 to 3 seconds. Before that, you either blink or look away and look back at that person. Then it would not be termed as staring. In a professional setup, it's important to maintain eye contact when you're talking to someone. Hence, or else what happens is that the person feels you are rather a little nervous or anxious and not very confident about what you're saying. Maximum 9 out of 10 times, if you are looking at the person right in the eye and talking, they would dare not look away. They would definitely keep looking and looking interested in what you are saying and sounding like. Hence, eye contact is very, very important part of body language. Talking about gestures, well friends, gestures is the way you use your hands. If you're using your hands openly and showing them, it shows that you're confident as a person. If you do not show your hands, means either you fist it or you keep it backside of yours, it shows that you're underconfident and you're not a very open person. Hence, body language or gestures is all about showing your hands. Do not point your hand or finger at someone. Always use open palm gestures rather than pointing at someone. Well, gestures are a form of non-verbal communication which indicate a particular message in reference to the conversation. They include the movement of hands, face, and the other body language. Postures. Friends, postures is all about how you sit, how you stand and how you walk. Postures is always related to waist down, so the way you use your legs. If you are maintaining a bad posture while sitting, or if you're not, if you're tapping your leg on the floor, or if you're dragging your feet and walking, that's again a negative posture. To have a nice posture, you should stand with your feet slightly apart till the shoulder length of yours, and also try to have your back straight and your spine erect. That shows that you're sitting or standing in a good posture. Well, posture describes how the speaker stands and moves around. A good posture exhibits a strong confidence and command of the speaker. So if you're talking in front of say 500 people, if you do not make or have a good posture, it will show to the audience that you're not somebody who's confident while you're talking to them. Hence, always have a good and a strong and a positive body posture. Well friends, proxemics is all about the distance which you need to maintain with the person you're speaking to. There are different kind of spaces of proxemics. One is intimate, which is a very close zone space to the person you're speaking to. If you enter into the intimate space of the other person, it can make them uncomfortable. Well, this place is reserved only for your near and dear ones, not really something on a professional setup. The second is again a personal zone which is a little further away. Functional zone, social zone, superficial and anonymous. Well, at your workplace or work setup, it is important to be in the functional and social zone and not be in the intimate or the personal zone of the person. That again makes the person a little uncomfortable. If they're right into your personal space or your intimate space, that can make the other person really have a negative body language. Effective use of body language, let's take a look at that. It's important while you're maintaining a good eye contact. You need to use your hands while talking. Never keep them closed, keep them open. Use the stage effectively if you are talking in front of a larger audience. Always have positive body postures. Be careful with the handshake. Never give a very firm or a very loose handshake. Make sure that your handshake should be absolutely the right kind of handshake which will make a good impression. And always have graceful movements. Well, people like talking to those people who always have positive body language, and hence I would urge you to always be relaxed and confident in your body language. Well, certain do's of a good body language is always make proper eye contact, always keep your arms and your hands open. Make sure you're actively listening by leaning forward while you're talking to a person. Make your emotions visible on your face. Make your power posing a habit. Well, these are certain good things about positive body language. Certain things that you should not do while trying to portray yourself as a positive body language. Certain do's are: do not always fold your arms in front of you. Never keep your arms in your pockets. Never look lost or disinterested through your facial expression. Never jiggle or shake the legs. Do not fidget with the hands because it shows that you're nervous or anxious. Never ever turn your back to the audience, and that's again a sign of negative body language and not something that I would want you all to ever practice. Well friends, that brings us to the conclusion or the end of this beautiful module on positive body language. I would just like you to leave with this saying that action speaks louder than words. Make sure that your actions stand out from the crowd. Make sure that your actions or your non-verbal communication is something which will always impress people in a positive way and not in a negative way. Well, thank you for watching us. Keep watching, more videos coming your way. Keep liking and sharing, and do feel free to leave your comments in the feedback box. Thank you once again.